Joys. You're live. Hooray. Joys. You're live. Hooray. All right, we sound okay. How's everybody? How is everybody? We are in what you would call a mixed bag. Mixed bag. It's a mood. It's a mood and it's a feel. So yesterday we had the Skaven Slave Playoff Season 2. You might have been like, wow, I paid pretty close attention. I didn't see a stream yesterday. Yep, there wasn't one because nobody... 4 people signed up, nobody checked in. And that made me sad. So we cancel that, so there was no playoff winner because nobody wanted to play. But today for the Clanrats playoff, we have Stormrunner, who was in the Skaven Slave one, but couldn't make it that time, or like something went wrong with challenge or something. Konosmurger, who wasn't even involved with Vermin League as far as I know until after the lock-ins, but no one was playing, so I'm like, it's fine, you can show up. And Deadly Bunnies, who shows up whenever he feels like it. So that's kind of a bummer. We have 2 best of 3s. And whoever wins 2 best of 3s or just gets a bye and wins 1 best of 3 just gets $25 because I ain't no liar. All right, it's Konosmurger. Konosmurger has to win 1 best of 3 to get $25. Oh, I am sad. I am sad. So we'll get that up. Way and Storm, you are up first. Please host. I will stream it. Anyway, maybe a lot of the participation is going to the Warhammer World Cup. There wasn't one yesterday, so that's not an excuse for yesterday. But participation in our tournaments has just been like really down, and it makes us the big sad. But then why I said a mixed bag is viewership for the channel's been way up. Warhammer World Cup, Turn rated us for domination mode. So we had like 100 viewers at that point. But even like our videos in general are doing pretty good. 500 today, 3,000, 13,000, 4,000, 2,000, 6,000. So viewership's up. And the last big stream we did was for Dom and got a ton of views. But tournament participation is so fucking low, dude. So low. It makes me sad. So I'm mixed. I'm in a mixed mood. Poor hummus must suck to be. Poor hummus boy must suck to be. It just cuts off. Fucking Deadly Bunnies. Love that guy. All right. So we have Stormrunner, who is now FBT Phoenix of Frost. So I'm going to go with Storm Phoenix, because I don't know which title he would desire on this. Versus Deadly Bunnies. Deadly Bunnies was actually a pretty good Warhammer 2 player. Really good at Beastmen when they were a bad faction. He still played them quite well. Then he, quote-unquote, got a life and stopped playing with us, but he pops up every once in a while to meme around and have some fun. All right. What up, Memphis? Coops? David? Since it's barely anyone playing today, I want to do some games after I finally felt like playing. I gotta go to work after this. But yeah, playing Greasy's campaign because I felt like playing ogres. Why would you feel like playing ogres? I never really got my head around their food mechanic. I don't fully understand it. Nobody wants to play against Vampire Coast OP unit spam and boring Tomb Kings boxes. I don't know if the Vampire Coast units are that OP. I know Count's units are OP. Count's units are super OP. Tomb Kings are boring. I'll agree with you on that one. They play a very boring style. if you want to win. If you want to win, you just spam as many infantry as possible and rely on the super strong Realm of Souls healing. And then you could either spam the Two Kings Lore passive to make all your infantry infinitely regenerate forever. Not even a bug, it's just how it's supposed to work, but the healing is way too strong right now. Or you could go with Arc in the Black and just Spirit Leech somebody to death, which sucks. Stand near camp, get hundreds of food for free, ignore the mechanic. I could do that, maybe. I think my favorite civs to play as are normally Empire builders, which ogres can struggle with because it's all about their camp. Camp singular? Camp plural? Don't know if they can make multiple camps. I don't know. I enjoyed the Kithe campaign and the Kislev campaigns when Game 3 was not Immortal Empires yet. I enjoyed them. When the Immortal Empires got added, I've been enjoying Empire, High Elves, Skaven. Anybody that can build an empire that isn't based on, like, rating. I don't know. I enjoy greenskin campaigns, but they're not my favorite, because usually your building trees aren't super good. It's all about fighting. Should crumbling be put on par with demonic instability, which actually kills things? I would say crumbling and demonic instability both need to come towards the middle. Where demonic instability is, in my opinion, way too harsh, and crumbling is non-existent. Would be my take on it. All right. So picks and bans are happening. Deadly Bunnies, Global Band, Cathay, Storm, Global Band, Slanesh. Oi! There's a Wars of Chaos mod that makes you make them into a standard empire builder. Lets you settle things with normal settlements instead of useless outposts. It might be tempting. I like building buildings. I like having territory. I like building a working economy. I don't know. I'm a weird sort. I've played, Civilization RTS's turn-based strategies too. Since I was legitimately since I was 6, because they used to be on my dad's computer. Yeah, so I played Age of Empires 2 when that came out. Age of Empires 3. Civilizations 3, 4, and 5. I didn't like 5 as much, so I stopped playing after that. All the Command and Conquers, those are a little different than Empire Builders, but yeah. I know Age of Empires isn't exactly like an Empire Builder, but that's what I always loved about it when I was a kid, is I just love building my towns. I would put the AI on the easiest difficulty possible and just build a gigantic town and put all the things in the right spots. If I made, you can do a windmill to farm and get food, but I would build 4 of them side by side and have 2 or 3 people on each one because it looked better in my opinion. And I would have houses with streets, and I would have walls around this is the housing sector, and then there's a central castle where all the military buildings were, and there's a big wall around that, and then there's all these ring of outposts around it. I like doing shit like that, and then fighting the enemy was actually pretty meh. Which, I burned out super hard on Age of Empires 4 after I think I have 10 hours in the game, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I played some campaign, got a little bored, played some skirmish versus AI, got a little bored, and called it. Because the hardest thing for me was coming from Total War Warhammer, going to Age of Empires. I was getting so pissed off at how things didn't feel very tactical. And I'm not saying it's easy. Pick some bans real quick. So Deadly Bunny's going Greenskins, Beastmen, and Norska bans Vampire Counts. Stormrunner goes Greenskins, picks Dark Elves, and he has his name on Discord different. Deadly Bunnies goes Beastmen. He was a Beastman main. He's quite good at them, but man, I think he's going to run straight into Game 3 Beastmen nerfs plus Game 3 Dark Elf buffs, and I think he's about to get his ass kicked. But who knows? Bunny's usually a memer at heart who just relies on fast hands. Have you ever tried Kingdoms and Castles? I have not. Wild Platty, hey hubby, love you. Love you too, buddy. Hope the domination stuff's going well. I saw one of your videos from 2 weeks ago has like 4 or 5K views. The one about the Doom Flayers, which is pretty nice. Sins of a Solar Empire? I have not. What is that? Finger cracking? Please stop it. Sorry. What up, Super Munchkin? It's one of the reasons I despise playing Wood Elves. That and they're smelly Wood Elves. But oh yeah, so Age of Empires. So like, it felt like I was just chucking my units at the other guy, and it's much more important about how quickly you can get an economy up and running. And like the multiplayer scene is mostly about efficiency of economy and efficiency of buildings rather than efficiency of like unit decisions, I guess I would say. Where I'm not trying to say you don't need to command your units appropriately at all, but it's much more important that you're like, oh man, I knew I shouldn't have spawned that 5th settler. I knew I should have saved my food resources to buy more archers. Wow, I fucked up. Rather than like, I played really well with my archers. Because I was running into that a lot, where like I gotta, I'd run cavalry along the side through some woods, and I have a front line of heavy soldiers, and I'd have a back line of archers. And then when his spearmen and stuff would go engage my guys, I would shoot them, and his archers would be left alone. I ran cavalry over there. That really didn't matter that much. Like, it was just kind of a stat check, and it didn't really matter where your units were. So the archers would just turn and shoot at my cavalry. My cavalry would all clump up on like the first 2 or 3 guys and slowly kill them. And in the end, I lost. And it's like, I mean, I feel like I made the right decisions there, but your units are more upgraded than mine or something. And like, you probably have better units or more of them or something. So it just felt like the whole game was kind of a stat check. And I go, well, all right, I guess I'm done with this then. It's not a bad game. I just think I burnt out on it because it's too much like Age of Empires 2 and 3, and I've already played the shit out of those games. Anyway, we're in. You should play Mountain Blade Bannerlord multiplayer. It's a mess, more than Total Warhammer. I played Mountain Blade Bannerlord campaign when it was in beta. It was fun, but yeah, it was fun. I had no real complaints. I like that game. I just didn't play a shit ton of it. So, for the Dark Elves, normally you'll see triple Scourge Runner Chariot here. There are none, so Stormrunner is playing nice today. We have double Repeater Crossbow Dark Riders, Cold One Dread Knights, some Blackguard Corsair Handbows. I've seen a lot of these versus Nurgle, but they are kind of bleeding back into other matchups. Harpies, Dark Riders. Well, yeah, those are Harpies. And then we have a Sorceress of Death with Soul Blight, Aspect of the Dread Knight, and, no, it's Doom and Darkness and Spirit Lage. Okay. And then Lokir Fellheart on foot, and the Chill of Sontar Hydra. That's pretty epic. I'm kind of trying to go fast because we have a thing going on. We have 2 Centaurs from Deadly Bunnies over here, 2 Centaurs over there, but we are going to get a fight at the very start of the game, so I need to cast the stuff really quick while keeping my eye over here. Double Razor Gores, Double Giant. Deadly Bunnies loves his Double Giant even before it got buffed, and now it's buffed and OP. He's a filthy meta slave, and we should ban him. Whole bunch of Fungor Spearman herds. We have some Chaos Warhounds. Oops, don't want to miss the fight. Some of which have poison, some don't. We have Malagor, Dark Omen in the sky with Pendulum, nerfed, and Enfeebling Foe. Warband better is it has more butter. I have seen a couple people I know still playing Warband rather than the big new one. I played once as Valandia, I think. It was Bretonia. I played Bretonia. Bunnies bringing the boys. Bunnies is bringing the boys. Though they're buffed now, so I'm officially just saying that Bunnies is a meta slave. Though, I want to see those Double Giants beat the shit out of the Chilasantar. I just want that in my day. Can't we have that? Can't we have the Giants doing well for once? Game starts. Let's see how quickly Deadly Bunnies realizes he needs to fight. He needs to be fought in. So they are moving around. It looks like he gave them orders to maybe attack, and he doesn't realize that they're under attack in the woods yet. Don't know. They should win that fight, though. Centaurs versus Dark Riders and Harpies. Maybe not if they got charged, which they did by the Harpies. I don't think the Dark Riders had the time to charge them. Beastmen are going to start advancing. Dark Riders with the Repeater Crossbows are going to have to try and keep safe from 2 Centaurs. Now, one thing you could do if you get the situation is throw one Centaur into the Cold Dread Knights for fun, and then let the other one go unimpeded towards those Peter Crossbows. But right now it looks like the archers are just going to counterfire them. Meanwhile, Harpies are diving in on your Ungor Raiders while Malagor and 2 Giants trying to peel them off. This fight's still going, trying to keep it in my rear view, but you can see now that the charge bonuses were off for those Harpies, it's suddenly going a lot better for the Centaurs. Dark Riders with shields are going to hit these Ungor Raiders in the back. Looks like they got a sneaky one over on the Beastmen. Chill of Sontar is taking about half health off those Ungor Spearmen with his little breath attack. All right, Chili Billy. We see you. Pretty good start for the Dark Elves overall. Generally enjoying it. This fight is good for the Dark Elves no matter how it ends, because the Centaurs have already taken so much damage and they're more expensive. So that was a nice little play for them. And more Harpies are in, though an enfeebling foe cast on the Cold Dread Knights is going to limit them significantly. With only 16 melee attack, they're pretty pathetic. And now dogs are just piling in to act as pseudo-infantry against these Harpies and Cold Knights, while archers pepper in on them. That's a good overall trade for the Beastmen. Centaurs finally got to the back line, but they hit Black Arc Corsairs with handbows on their way to try and hit the Dark Riders. And finally, these Centaurs are rallied from that bad situation, and it looks like they are overall losing that trade, so a rough time here. But Beastmen have caught up on the damage value as Razor Gores push off those Dark Riders, and somehow these Ungor Raiders survived through that whole thing. Okay, that works. Also, Cold Dread Knights are having a terrible time, and Malagor's even coming over to say, hey, how you doing? Razor Pigs fighting Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. It's a great trade for them because these guys have high armor that they pay for, and Razor Pigs have good arm piercing. And here it is, the duel we wanted! Double Giant in the Chill of Sontar in the face! Guy's already down to half HP. Now he has a Hydra. After the bugged healing in Game 2 and Game 3, he will heal cap no matter what happens. You can't do anything to stop this man from heal capping. But still got to slam through that heal cap like nobody's business. Meanwhile, for the Dark Elves, the repeater crossbows are shut down on the one side. On the other, they are still alive, but Dark Riders not having such a good time anymore that this full health Centaur, this one, joined the fight. And Deadly Bunnies does take a pretty commanding lead in the damage value. And Lokir is now facing the Giant's Wrath. He's also not really enjoying it too much, but with 70 melee defense, he should maybe be okay. They do have 65 melee attack. This one's getting breath attack, but the Chill of Sontar from behind giving him frostbite. Oh no! He is slow now. Whatever will he do now that the Giant is slow? God forbid. Ungor Raiders now firing at the Chill of Sontar, just trying to, again, drag him down. You eventually got to kill him. And the Dark Elves rallied this flank okay. They're doing all right. They'll get it all back. But, unironically, the Giants might be a problem. Might be. Depends on how much ammo you want to use on them from your handbows. Cold Dread Knights still hanging on after enfeebling foe wore off. Now they're doing a lot better with 45 melee defense and 120 armor. They're just chilling. They're big chilling. Giants are still trying to beat up Chili Billy. Harpies diving onto Ungor Raiders really shuts down the ranged pressure. Though I don't know how much it was going to do. It's mostly, I guess, just to lower the Chill of Sontar's leadership. Malagor needs to go do something. It looks like he might fight Black Arc Corsair handbows. Oh, they're pretty scary melee combatants. With a rear charge from Razor Pids. Yeah, he'll do fine. Look at that damage. Look at that damage on the charge from Wounded Piggy. Balance power keeps ebbing back and forth as the Chili Billy just gets his ass completely handed to him. He is going to struggle away and shatter. Nope, no shatter? No shatter. All right, Lokir back in. I love how they're just tagging in and out on getting completely worked over by these double giants. Lokir's like, I need a second. Chili Billy, come here. Chili Billy, I need a second. Lokir, come here. Oh, they got murdered. Oh my god, he's fucking dead. Oh, that was great. So Lokir died. Without their lord, the Dark Elf leadership is going to suffer, causing a lot of them to tear out and rout around the Giants. Giants already have pretty good leadership as far as single entities go, especially on the Beastmen roster, but Malagor didn't bring his leadership up. So I was going to say they are even more buffed up with Malagor, but he didn't. Chili Billy's almost heal capped, and he's regenning while Razor Pigs attack him, and his leadership is faltering, but so are the Beastmen's. Beastman! Aside from this, Beastmen seem to have it locked up. We have a couple of Corsair handbows left with actually a decent amount of ammo. We have Repeater Crossbows with a decent amount of ammo. But Cold Dread Knights being dead, all other forms of mobility being dead, and the double giant here ready to wreck the Chill of Sontar's day, I feel like the Beastmen have a pretty solid handle on this one. Blueberry, I agree, but I'll talk about that more in the post game. for now I should focus on this. So one giant is really low on health, but their gigantic health pools is deceptive. That guy has 1,500 health left. So he's doing okay. He could take 4 more shots from the Chill of Sontar before dying, and army loss is even gonna hit. Yeah. Double giant, doing work. Malagor 500, giant 1, 1,700, giant 2, 2,400. That's insane. Centaurs overall did okay, considering that 2 of them got completely fucked up at the start of the game. So, yeah, a little bit of a misplay there, but it didn't seem to matter. Razor Pigs did really, really well. Those guys were played with quite nicely. Dogs also did quite well. So dogs, pigs, and giants were played with well. Centaurs, a little bit of a flub. Archers did what they had to. I mean, they paid for themselves in spades, even the one that got attacked by Dark Riders, so it's good. It's good. I think on a small map, this build actually could do something. Now, I don't know what it would do against Scourge Runner Chariots, but that's the nature of Scourge Runner Chariots these days. Maybe take a Spirit Leech caster instead of Malagor and just Spirit Leech down the Scourge Runners. I don't know, but Double Giant seems okay. Especially because if Scourge Runners shoot them, they'll do a decent amount of damage, but their gigantic health pools and Scourge Runners with limited ammunition will really hurt them, so maybe not a terrible pick. On the side of Storm Runner, I don't think Lokir is a great choice in this matchup, though he might be meming. He is a known meme lord. I think Soul Stealer caster is just too important. Soul Stealer's so good against Beastmen. Anyway, so maybe take Malekith, like most people, or Marathi if you're feeling sadistic. Chill of Sontar, nice Terror piece versus the Beastmen, but I worry about, I mean, Double Giant clearly just happened, but I also worry about throwing axes, archers, Taurox, because Taurox does fire damage, so I don't know. I don't think the Chill of Sontar is a great pick here. Golden Dread Knights is fine. That's a fine pick after the Traderkin nerfs. Black Arc Corsairs handbows have been impressing me recently, so I also like that tech. Repeater crossbows, probably just replace them with Scourge Runners. I mean, it's boring, but it's true. Harpies, I'm a hater of Harpies. I'm just a hater. I know it. We all know it. So of course I'm going to say get rid of them, but yeah. The Dark Riders with shields are great. Boop. And instead the bunny's going up. A 1-0. So Storm Runner's going to go Kislev, Dwarfs, Beastmen, ban Warriors of Chaos. All right. Play Norska. I believe they have a German voice actor speak English voice lines in Bannerlord, and not a good one. No one playing today is going to be able to beat 2 giants beating the crap out of the Chill of Lokir. Go home, guys. Tournament's done. Yeah, Blueberry Fruit Shake, I could see, like, I do think Double Giant on small maps versus certain factions is quite viable. I wonder how it would do versus Lizardmen. Like, I wonder how Beastmen versus Lizardmen would go if you brought Double Giant. Maybe Double Giant, Pit of Shades for Soros. So Pit of Shades caster, does Malagor cast Pit of Shades? No, he doesn't have it. Okay. Well, Pit of Shades caster would be good to deal with Saurus Blubs, Double Giant, as many chariots as you can bring to chase down chameleon skinks and stuff, and then some centaurs. But maybe just centaurs with throwing axes is better than Double Giant for what the giants do. I do agree, though. I think there's some teeth to it. Giants are actually, like, quite good for their cost now. They're still, like, the problem with them is they're easily countered because they're so one-note. Like, they're tall health pools with big melee attack stats, but their animations aren't very good. Their melee defense is pretty bad. Their armor is pretty bad. And they get poked down by archers. So, that's bad. But they're only 1,400. Like, I don't know. Looking at the Vampire Counts roster, a Blood Knight is 300 more gold than a Giant. So, depends on what you want out of a Giant. Hey, Knighthood, how you doing? Mitchell A. Hydra's nice. It's a distraction card effects for Rage and Centaur's accent. Still kind of overpriced as ever. Yeah, maybe with like a more competitive build built around it, the Chill of Sontar would be worth it. But the Chill of Sontar, hold on. So the Giants of the Beastmen cost 1,400 apiece. The Chill of Sontar is like 2,400, isn't he? I think he is. So, like, you could almost have 2 Giants for the Chill of Sontar price. You're paying a lot for it. What up, Nate Sweet? How you doing? It's going to be a short stream today because only 3 people signed up for the tournament. So this is... We started, and we are in the semifinals. Boom. Stormrunner Deadly Bunnies waiting to fight Konosmugger. Konosmugger. Konosmegger. Yeah. For some reason, we have Beastmen versus Khorne. I don't know how or why that happened. Khorne banned dwarves. So the picks again from Stormrunner were Kislev, dwarves, and Beastmen. Damn it, Deadly Bunnies. Deadly Bunnies picked Khorne banned dwarves, so it's between Beastmen and Kislev. Looks like he's going Beastman, maybe. Okay. I was trying to figure out why they were on Alpine Ridge. Why so few signups? I don't know, man. It's not pronounced Konosmugger, it's pronounced Konosmugger. I didn't realize I could just pronounce it right. Am I going to play Tide today? No, I'm going to go to work after this. Any thoughts on the new Vermintide update expansion? I know that they're doing this, like, winter map. That's literally all I know about the new expansion is just that it's a winter map. Update. What is in the update? Hmm. 7 Years of Tide. Trail of Treachery DLC. Yeah, the only thing I could see about it is the Trail of Treachery DLC coming out. Assuming there's more signed up, I'd like to get it competitive, but I'm trash multiplayer. We do have a spot for that. Hold on, I got you. I'm dealing with these two shenanigan makers. If you're new to multiplayer and you want to get into it, you can go to this in my Discord, go give Eshin roll, and it lets you in the Eshin chat, which is just new people who are playing, or slightly more veteran players who just give advice. But yeah, this is a place where you can find new people who are playing and get advice on builds and stuff. It's mostly land battles. It's not stated anywhere. It's just most of our community on my Discord is going to be land battles, but you can ask around for domination games in there too. That's also fine. If you're interested in domination, you can go to Ent's training gym. I don't know how active it is these days. I really don't pay too much attention to it, but I know there's a decent amount of people in here that try to get domination games. I mean, there's a land battle discussion, but I don't see anybody in here ever, like, playing land battle games. They mostly do domination stuff. So, those are the places I could recommend. Or just play campaign forever. That's also fine. Campaign's fun. Like, I might be out of the loop. But why is everybody hating on campaign right now? I've played some, but I play campaign pretty casually, so maybe I'm just missing out on why it's bad. I've been enjoying myself. I don't think it's mind-blowing or crazy, but it seems fine. But a lot of like long-time campaign players I'm talking to are just saying that Warhammer 3's campaign is trash and are going back to Game 2. Action roll for newbies and not game slaves or pinkies. Missed opportunity. Pop Palpatine Storm Vermin playoffs aren't looking so hot either. Dude, I know. I started off this stream, Pop Palps, by saying I'm in a mixed mood. Because like our videos on our channel are doing really well. Viewership-wise. But then participation in tournaments is bad. Phoenix King and a couple others said it's probably just the state of the game. Because it's like, the game's a little buggy. It is a little buggy. But also the meta has been completely stagnant forever. And that sucks. Because then, like, the Immortal Empire's hype of all the new units and whatever weared off. And it's like, okay, we've settled into the meta. And then the first big update to come out since Immortal Empires was like, buff Warriors of Chaos. We're fine with where Slaanesh is at. Undead are mostly untouched too. Just leave everything as it is. Hooray! And it's like, oh god. Okay, so now the shiny new toy wore off. And there was no change. And then that sounds like a lot of people are getting bored. Campaign gets boring after you've played one. And after entrance. The World Championship qualifiers are also going on. True, Papa Palps. You playing in those? You playing in any? You gonna go to the Warhammer World Cup? Do it! A lot of it boils down to there being no more depth mechanics for strats for some factions. Yeah, some of the factions are pretty limited. Mostly the Game 3 ones. Which I hope they'll get DLC, but it sounds like they're slowing down their DLC cycle, which blows. Game's a bit buggy, balance a bit whack, new content is due for a while. A lot of contributing factors to low alive viewership. Traits for heroes mean nothing anymore. Not the wrong units at all. Phoenix King and Loopy, just, you two will never be happy. I swear you enjoy being like, you liked it when High Elves were the worst faction, so you could hang your hat on that. And then when they got some buffs to their chaff infantry, you guys were like, fuck these buffs, I liked being cool. What up, Zyra Lawrence? Playing in the qualifier that's going on right now? Hell yeah, dude, go get it. I expected the Discord to be behind a paywall. No, I would never do that. I'll jump on the Patreon in a bit too. You can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Anyway, Deadly Bunnies on Khorne, recently buffed. Khorne has been doing okay recently. Okay, not great, but okay. They're kind of at the Beastmen or High Elf tiers before all their buffs, where it's like, yeah, if you're really good, you can play them. We have some Chaos Warhounds. We have the triple Mino bust. This has been really good for Khorne recently. The Minotaurs of Khorne's great weapon spam is quite good. Then we have Marauders of Khorne, Chaos Warriors with dual weapons, and more Marauders with dual weapons. Okay, then we have double Skull Crushers. God, I hate that unit. And Valkia. On the side of the Beastmen, we have Harpies. Why? Why Harpies? I hate them. I hate them so much. Some Ungors, some Razor Gores. Nice. The armor piercing will be really good. Then we have the Bloodroot Behemoth Gorgon, a Jabber Scythe, Grey Shaman of Beasts with the Amber Spear and Wisdom's Wild form, a couple Centaurs with great weapons, one of which is the Sons of Goros, and then more Harpies and Dogs. Okay, that's a wild build. That's a wild build. I don't know what the Jabber Scythe is for, because he's really good against low leadership factions, which Khorne is decidedly not. Khorne is not a low leadership faction at all. Valkyria's Crazy Red Spear kills all these Ungors, and now, Razor Gores are rampaging, meaning they can't even back off. There's no chaff to support them whatsoever. The Minotaurs are going to cleave through them. Jabber Scythe might also be in a bad way, as he's about to get surrounded by anti-large, buffed up Minotaurs, which is not good. Also, Skull Crushers are here. I think this might be a quick GG. We have anti-large armor-piercing cavalry, anti-large armor-piercing monstrous infantry, and the entirety of the Beastman build is relying on two giant monsters to just go apeshit, and they're not going to be able to. I'm scared. His OnlyFans is premium monthly, though? Yeah. $7,999 a month. All right. Bloodbird Behemoth is still vibing. He's still doing okay. Jabberslife is taking, honestly, less damage than I would have expected for being surrounded by Skull Crushers. But yeah, both armies started off small. Both armies are getting significantly smaller. And the Beastmen Ungor herds are all getting pushed off. Razorgors are barely hanging on, while Harpies also. And this is a big mistake. Unfortunately for Stormrunners, he has 2 units running off in the middle of nowhere chasing a Shattered unit. Now, to be fair, if they were here, I don't know what they would do. I guess they would chase this Minotaur off, but it's not like they could do big damage to all this stuff. It's just dogs and Harpies, for God's sake. Marauders of Khorne getting pushed around. And honestly, this might go a little better for the Beastmen than I had thought. One Minotaur of Khorne is already running and dead. The other Minotaur of Khorne is only being held in place by Relentless Rage. The Jabberslife got completely gooned out. So that is a little brutal. And yeah, ooh, 2 full health Skull Crushers and a full health Minotaur this late in the game is going to be pretty brutal. I wonder what the caster can get done. Because your caster is one of your biggest advantages over Khorne, so you're going to have to do a whole lot. Don't know what the Amber Spear is going to do. I think we're watching the end of the Beastmen, though. Jabber has Mortis, right? Only if your leadership's low. Only if your leadership's low. Which is why I thought it was an interesting choice into Khorne, because Khorne's actually a high leadership faction. Chaos Warhounds are going to fight off the Harpies. Chaos Warhounds have really bad melee defense, but they have pretty good melee attack stats. And they do have Frenzy if they can get it, but Harpies are just bad. I hate this unit. Hate them! Ooh, I hate Harpies. And Khorne will prove victorious. Skull Crusher's OP, I guess. Skull Crusher's OP. It was a short game. I don't expect to see crazy values. Jibber Jabber only got 100. Gorgon got 900-ish. Centaurs with Great Weapons did their best. Razorgore herds did okay. Harpies were Harpies. Dogs ran around and Ungor herds got killed. It was a sad time to be an Ungor herd. Minotaurs of Khorne lived fast, died fast. 2 of them got taken out, but they already almost paid for themselves. And the last one was very healthy and almost paid for itself. God, Minotaurs of Khorne are good now, and that's okay. I'm very fine with that. That's not sarcasm. For once in my life, I'm being serious. Minotaurs of Khorne's kicking ass is perfect in my book. Marauders mostly were just chaff to keep the Minotaurs from taking a bunch of pokey pokes in the side, and Chaos Warhounds got fucked on. Valkia didn't have a whole lot she could do. She followed around a Jabberslife, failed to attack it. Classic. And with that, we're already into finals! Let's fucking go, oh my god! It's Konosmugr versus El Deadly Bunnies. Well played to Stormrunner. He's a memer at heart. Lots of people hide the Discord behind a sub. It's refreshing to see that's not the case. Yeah. Been loving that ROR for the Juggernauts for dealing with heavy infantry focused faction. Knights of the Blazing Throne. Dude, is it Zyra or Zira? Knights of the Brazen Throne have been all over the place, and I don't fully understand it. I don't see them doing that well, but something must be in the water, because everybody's taking those damn things. This matchup is just very sad for the Beastmen, in my opinion. Jabberslice also do very good animations against infantry. Yeah. I think Stormrunner's build was set up to really destroy a heavy infantry box, like just a shit ton of halberds. How does one deal with Archaon? Don't fight him. Spirit Leech him. Kite him. Use missile attacks on him. Basic archers still do okay versus Archaon over time. Cavalry charges on him can do okay as long as you're cycle charging and not sitting and fighting. Sitting him in halberds is also quite good because Archaon's mass is not very... It's not very high. He's still a horse character, so you can surround him in mass. Surround him with monstrous infantry. Never 1v1 duel him. He's like one of the best 1v1 duelists of all time. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Archaon will fucking murder any one thing, no matter what it is. He'll run up, he'll murder it. But multiples of things he struggles against. The Pokemon. Tretch plays. Let's see Tretch matches in here. Just Skink Apocalypse. I did like Tretch until I learned how good Ikit Claw was. Then it's hard not to take Ikit. Tretch is fun, though. He also lost Fire Blood, which is the big sad. Look at this. I'm exhausted from the previous games. Need a nap after that one. I love the sense of humor about it, though. That's pretty good. Anyway. It's Zira. Got it. Gotcha. Are Skull Crushers really worth it at 1,700 gold? Great weapon monitors are 1,300 and seem better for blowing up large. I would agree, Blueberry. I don't think Skull Crushers are worth it. I kind of hate them. Wouldn't it have been more fair to do a round robin instead of single elimination? True, Pop Palpatine, but I hosted the tournament like a week ago before I knew 3 people were signed up. If they're immobile, been looking forward to this live stream for days. Now it's 5 minutes. Do something, hubby. I don't know what to do. I have to go to work after this. How to stop it from killing your lords and heroes if they're on foot or immobile? That is really hard. Probably surround yourself with some good duelists, like Minotaurs or Chaos Spawn. Like if you have Morgar, let's say you have Archaon running after Morgar. Save your Chaos Spawn summon for when he catches you and use it as like a get out of jail free card and just chuck it on him and run away. Could do that. Could have some monitors, great weapons of your own. Or sit in a unit of halberds. Like if Archaon charges, I don't know, Tretch. Sure. Have him sitting in the Council Guard. And then you could pin him in with Rat Ogres. Rat Ogres won't do that much damage to him, but the Council Guard sitting there poking him while he tries to push past the Rat Ogres will do okay. But it is tough. It's really tough to go in from Archaon. He's strong as fuck right now. Why did Tretch lose by our blood? Because it's a Kislev passive. He wasn't supposed to have it, but he wasn't OP with it, so I don't see why they took it away. We can't have nice things. Favorite way to deal with Archaon: smash Franz into him with all his buffs that they both destroy each other, and then you heal Franz. Pop Palpatine spitting facts. Imric because of his devastating flanker. I don't know if Imric could beat Archaon. Maybe, because his health pool is gigantic. And he has healing support. But at that point, I mean, like, Archaon costs what? 2,500 gold-ish. Imric on a Star Dragon with all of his buffs plus a Life Caster is like 4,000 gold, which you would hope that would beat him. If that didn't beat him, that would be very upsetting. So, I'm not saying that's a bad plan. Not at all. It's just like, I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, kind of hope they would beat him. I think Archie destroys Franz now, sadly for Franz. Tretch with Fireblood was the best change for Hammer 2 to 3. Alright, I don't know about best change, but it was very funny. I think if Ember gets the charge from there, you can send Archie running. Maybe. And if he gets his breath attacks, then easy. And if he gets heal support, then triple easy. No, the dev flanker was related to Tretch. They took out By Our Blood for dev flank. Did they? He does not have devastating flanker. Oh, he does in campaign. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay, for a second there, I was like, what? What? Now I have to check. Does he have it in multiplayer? Like, not for his whole army, but just him. He does not have devastating flanker in multiplayer. Just in campaign. Any chance of getting over the lore passives for each faction in Game 3? I could. I feel like I already did that with the spell guide. I did every Lore of Magic video. Why do I make so many goddamn videos? There we go. So many spells, what lore should I bring? It was published September 22. September 22nd of 2022 was when I did a whole video on that. Every update should give Try a new passive. Keep mixing it up as he cartoonishly runs across the Vermin world. They always have to take the other one away, though. That's the important part. They always have to take it away. So it's like he gets the Blessing of the Lady next patch, but he loses Devastating Flanker. And then the patch after that, he gets Spell Resist from Khorne, but then loses the Blessing of the Lady. All right. Deadly Bunny's global banned vampire accounts. Konosmugger, global banned Tomb Kings. Then he picked High Elves, Vampire Coast, Beastmen, banned Vampire Coast. Deadly Bunnies went Empire, banned Vampire Coast, and Konosmugger is going High Elves. So we have High Elves, Empire. Deadly Bunnies win the first set, had to take a call. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Give him Barrier next. Give him fucking Barrier. That would be great. No. Give him the Village one. The one where he recharges Barrier when he's in melee combat. So everyone around him just slowly gets a Barrier as Tretch is in melee. Fire Blood was such a good addition to him. Made him great against demons. Is Throt good in Domination? No. No. Martial Mastery would be good. Personally, dude, I have been on the Warlord hype train recently. I am loving the Brood Horror Warlord. All right? Picture this. Come with me on a ride. Sigvald, right? Everybody loves Sigvald. He's such an OP, broken-ass lord. He's so good. Human boy, he's so good. Well, why is he so good? Because he has regen, because he's tanky, because he can beat anything in melee, because he's handsome, because he's got a big dick. Yeah. But what if I told you, for either the same amount of money or less, you could get Escaping Warlord on an 100-speed Brood Horror with his own regeneration and armor piercing and causing terror and fast as fuck, and he can give 16 leadership, right? What if you could get that guy for the same amount of money as Sigvald? You might be like, Human Boy, you're stupid. Throt the Unclean costs 2,400 gold. That's 1,000 more than Sigvald. I didn't say Throt the Unclean, my dear listener. I said Warlord on a Brood Horror. That guy is cheap as fuck, and he will heal cap every single game. But Human Boy, you're stupid. His stats are terrible. Are they? Compared to Throt, I talked to Loopy about this recently. He has more armor, less HP, I think slightly less leadership, more melee attack than Throt, slightly less melee defense, but he does have an anti-melee attack aura, which is essentially melee defense, and then he has slightly less armor piercing damage, but he's like 1,000 less gold than Throt. But Human Boy, Throt gives anti-large. No, he doesn't. He has to bring an item for that, but he himself does not have anti-large. But Human Boy, Throt gives AoE ITP. No, he doesn't. They took that away from him. That is terrible. But Human Boy, surely there's some possible reason that you would pay 1,000 extra gold for a Brood Horror amount for Throt. He has to be better. He's not. He's not better. He's just worse. He's just worse. Please, God, don't take Throt. Just take the Warlord on the Brood Horror. You can have 1,000 more gold. All right, and that's the thing, is some people might be like, well, of course Throt's better. Yeah, okay, he is better for 1,000 more gold. You know, you could have a Warlord on a Brood Horror and 2 fucking Poison Wind Globes, pretty much, for Throt. You know, you could have a Warlord on a Brood Horror, 4 Skaven Slaves, and a Poison Wind Globe. No, wait, 3 Skaven Slaves and a Poison Wind Globe. Yes, that one's exact. 3 Skaven Slaves and a Poison Wind Globe. Or just Throt. Okay? You could upgrade You could upgrade 6 or 7 of your Skaven Slaves to Clanrats. Or you could have Throt instead of a nearly comparable unit. The Warlord on a Brood Horror is upsettingly similar to Throt. Upsettingly similar. More armor, slightly less HP, slightly more melee attack, slightly less melee defense. I think Throt has like 3 more leadership. I think. And he has like 45 more weapon strength. For 1,000 more gold! And the Warlord, while Throt has a Rat Ogre summon that fades away too quickly, and Rat Ogres don't even do that much damage, and Throt has a aura of some anti-large that you can pop once in a while, And then he has one aura that gives a little bit of leadership and melee defense. The Warlord also has an aura that gives -5 or -8 melee attack. And he has Rally, which is +16 leadership that he can use on cooldown. So they even have like comparable support abilities. Really the only difference between them is the Rat Ogre summon, but I'm not paying 1,000 fucking gold for a Rat Ogre summon. Fuck that noise. Throt can eat my ass. Resident Throt hater. Warlords got Brood Horrors now? Hell yeah, they did. Anyway, to answer your question the long way, I don't think Throt is good in Domination, but I do think a Brood Horror Lord would be good. Give Tretch 90% ward save and perfect vigor when his leadership's broken. That would actually be pretty funny. Only when his leadership's broken, though. Sigvald is way prettier. Yeah. Human boy shit-talking his high elf main mods today. What did I do? What did I do? So many auras. I thought we were just talking about JoJo's, yeah. Human boy rants are literally the last thing that keeps any interest in this game for me. Aw, thanks, Chosen One. That's just the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Remoldered? Remoldered sucks. Like, what are you gonna remolder? Some Rat Ogres that are just gonna get punked on anyway? I mean, they're your blockers. Like, it's about, why do you care that much about healing your blockers? And any other monster you could heal is like, Hellpit Abomination or Brood Horror is already gonna heal cap because game 3 buffed healing so much that anything that has regen is pretty much gonna heal cap. Or, you're buffing up the mutant Rat Ogres, which I literally made a whole video about them being the worst unit in the entire game, so of course I'm gonna say, yeah, don't heal those fuckers, don't bring those fuckers. So yeah, I don't think Throt's very good. Rat rants. Rat rants! YouTube is broken, can't see the war wagons? That's because Deadly Bunnies doesn't know that they're fucking busted. Just give Tretch perfect vigor, makes sense for his lore. So he can run away faster. Alright, I gotta get to the builds, otherwise we're gonna start this game. We have 2 Outriders from Deadly Bunnies in the trees. Don't know why the Outriders are in the trees, because they'll come upon High Elves quicker than they can imagine. We do have triple Reiksguard, one of which is the Zintler's Reiksguard, front line of Spearmen. A couple Crossmen to back it up. Sigmar Sons in the back line, Halberdiers also in the back line. Then we have a Grey Wizard with just Pendulum. Deadly Bunnies loves Pendulum, even though it's nerfed into the dirt. And a Huntsman General, butt naked. For Konismugger, we have triple Lyran Reavers in the backline, 2 of which are the Archer variant. We do have Shadow Warriors in the trees, along with double Dragon Princes. Front line of 5 Rangers, a back line of 4 Lothern Seaguard, 3 Lothern Seaguard and 1 Archer, and then the Sky Archmage of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. I think this High Elf build is actually pretty competitive. The Empire build, as everything Deadly Bunnies does, is just Deadly Bunnies doing what he wants to do. I don't think that this is really that competitive versus High Elves, especially now with their Lothern Seaguard spam. Your Outriders are going to get outranged and outtraded. So they'll do okay against the Dragon Princes, I guess, but that's betting a lot on Dragon Princes being here and not Archers or Bolt Throwers or anything. Naked Huntsman General, I've seen a couple people do, but I know, like, Blood Penguin is an insanely good Empire player, and he just takes Naked Marcus Wolfheart, because I think Wolfheart has armor-piercing anti-large, and this guy just has anti-large, I think. Anyway. Lyran Reaver Archers all got buffed. Lothern Seaguard got buffed, so you're seeing a lot of the buffed units here. I don't know what the 1 Shadow Warrior is for. I think that's maybe something you could cut. Dragon Princes are fine. Dragon Princes are quite typical in High Elf builds. It's the game being so trash, but you're welcome, Cap. But thanks, Chosen One. Are you playing in the Warhammer World Championship at all, or not really? Herder, I don't think this is competitive. Nerd. Thanks, TechFet. Oh, God. Alright. Deadly Bunnies is trying to trade with Lothern Seaguard, but he's running face first into these buffs. But, oh, the side charge. Double Reiksguard are gonna mess up these guys. Now, they did have their charge defense there, but I think now that it's been broken, the Zintler's Reiksguard should get a lot more done. Oh, yeah, they get a lot more done. So that is a dead Lothern Seaguard, plus a nice Pendulum gonna help take out the Rangers a little bit. But the back line of the Empire is in chaos. We have these Outriders holding off Dragon Princes with their bodies, while the other Outriders say, hold them still, hold them still. And then they run away because they can't see over their friends because they're all the exact same size. Plague of Rust is cast onto Zintler's Reiksguard, trying to make them a little more vulnerable to Lothern Seaguard, but they're moving in such erratic fashion trying to chase down these Lothern Seaguard that they're honestly dodging most of the arrows by accident. And that Deadly Bunnies does have his Reiksguard back onto the regular Archers. So about half the shooting capacity of the High Elves is shut down, which is very nice. And Deadly Bunnies is actually up on damage value. I did say he may not do the meta builds, but he just tries to win the games by just using his hands on the keyboard and mouse. Just clicks. He clicks real fast. He's a fucking zoomer, is all I'm trying to say. Outriders are firing at the Illyrian Reavers and Dragon Princes. Yep, Dragon Princes that are running across the field, but the second... Ooh, Dragon Prince. Illyrian Reaver? Dragon Prince. Why are your stupid emblems the same? Same with Bretonnia, dude. All Bretonnian cavalry looks the same on their flags. It's so hard to tell what's doing anything. Anyway, Illyrian Prince's dragons are running around and possibly doing things, or not. If they're Illyrian Reavers, they're not doing very much. But man, if they're Dragon Princes, they're doing a lot. And these Reiksguard are desperately trying to carry the game. Deadly Bunnies has just murdered the backline of Rangers and Archers with these guys. And now they get to fight the Dragon Princes. But the Dragon Princes don't have armor-piercing anti-large either. So it's just kind of two armored-up boys slapping against each other. That's okay. Though Deadly Bunnies might want to commit some more resources to making sure those Archers don't turn the fight against him. Still having one healthy Outrider at this point is honestly impressive, considering how often I check over and these guys are getting their asses handed to them by Illyrian Reavers or something. So this guy's doing all right. And the Archmage of Metal has no healing for her. She's down to half HP, though she is just a caster. Overcasted Searing Doom. God, I hate that. Just undercast it. It does the same amount of damage, but in a smaller area, so it's actually more targetable. Big Surrounder on the Dragon Princes. I wonder if he's going to try to cast this Pendulum. If you are going to cast one, probably save it for when these Lothern Sea Guards stop moving. There they go. So now maybe you can use it over there. What are the Outriders going to do? They should probably just leave. Yeah. Halves go pretty far up on the balance of power. Damage value is about the same, though the Empire has lost a lot of units that had a lot of ammo, like these Crossmen are not feeling so hot. One of the Outriders is somewhere with full ammunition and being dead. So it looks like the Halves will probably be taking this game. Probably. Maybe if there's a Lord Snipe, the Empire could win it, but it's looking tough, especially as the Sentinel's Reiksguard are getting Plague of Rusted, which is helping the Dragon Princes in the fight, and then a little bit of Searing Doom support is even going to take out the Spearmen, so yeah, it's rough. As for Archers, we still have two Lothern Sea Guard that are healthy, a Shadow Warrior that's healthy. What is this? That's an Illyrian Reaver. Okay, if that was a full health Dragon Prince, I'd feel a little more convinced. Gotrek and Peasant Mob sharing an icon is fun too. Oh, that is true. Nice Pendulum, honestly. Nice Pendulum in the late game for Deadly Bunnies, trying to keep things moving along as Dragon Princes get a side charge on his Reiksguard. I don't think they'll be able to get through all those Lothern Sea Guard. He should have taken Pump Wagons. God damn it. We made a whole video about Pump Wagons being OP. Unironically, I actually do like Pump Wagons in this matchup. Just the spiky rollers for their armor sundering versus Lothern Sea Guard spam. It's fun. I like it. That could be an interesting topic. I mean, I already did a video on it, but in case you didn't see it. Dragon Princes did fine. Illyrian Reaver Archers did all right. Rangers did okay. Basically, the whole build just did fine. There wasn't really a standout performer. Everything did well. Like, yeah, the Dragon Princes got more value than the Rangers, but the Dragon Princes are also 3 times as expensive, so it was just overall good. Huntsman General and the Grey Wizard did okay. Reiksguard tried to put the game on their back. Outriders got mostly fucked up or couldn't shoot. Crossmen did meh, but they got dunked on by Illyrian Reavers. And the Empire frontline just died to squishy elves. Squishy. Alright. So I need to look at something. Boop. Wait, no. Deadly Bunnies didn't win that one. I'm just biased. So Lothern Sea Guard, how much do you guys have? You have 40 armor. So with the Pump Wagons, the spiky rollers that I like, lower that to 10 armor, which is pretty good. And then if your spiky rollers are already in the archer you're charging with Spider Riders or Wolf Riders, they don't have their charge defense. So you get a charge attack on someone that has 10 armor with your super light cav, and they can actually do a lot of damage. And then I'll just run the spiky rollers off to go attack a different archer and do it again. Especially if you pop a Wah. If you do it with a Wah pop, you can take out a whole bunch of Lothern Sea Guard with shitty cav because of the spiky rollers lowering their armor. It's very fun. Marcus says AP missiles will Huntsman General doesn't. The Grail Relique is the worst unit? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Grail Relique is OP. Rohan Third Age flashbacks when I watch this. I'm going to play Warhammer 2. Hopefully you can stomp with a mobile build. Have fun, y'all. Bye, Zira. Have fun in Warhammer 2. Have fun with not having a chat function. That's actually really funny that we are getting close to having a chat function again, because they did say 2023. And it has been so long, but it hasn't felt like that long that we just haven't had chat since February. Peasants should use the Cairn Wraith Scythe icon. That would be very intimidating for a not intimidating unit. I'm shaming Deadly Bunny for not taking more wagons. I don't want to go to work. Update 3 is in quarter 2. Yeah. Yeah. Though that doesn't mean they're not going to update the game from now till quarter 2 of next year. It just means that they're not going to add any, like, significant content drops. Because update 2.0 was IE, and since then they've been doing update, like, 2.1, 2.2. Because I've talked to some people in CA, and they've planned 1 to 2 more patches before 2023. From what they've told me. So, there are patches coming. And they talked to me about... Well, they asked me for some opinions on stuff that needs patching. I sent them an Excel spreadsheet with degrees of severity, but hopefully they'll fix some of those things. It is pretty brutal right now. So still 5 months to go. I think that'll be Chaos Dwarves. I think update 3.0 will bring Chaos Dwarves. Because I don't know what other content would they release that, like, warrants a 3.0 rather than just 2.4, 2.5, 2.6. So it has to be some big content. So it's either Chaos Dwarves or Monkey King DLC for Cathay versus Kislev. That's the fucked up part, though, is in their game, they had one neutral guy, the Ogres. They had 2 good guys, Kislev and Cathay, and they had 4 bad guys. And then their first DLC was 4 bad guys. So now what's your second DLC going to be? You would have to have Kislev and Cathay fight for some reason, which is, like, lore-wise stupid. Like, lore-wise, that just doesn't make any sense. And then 2, campaign-wise, that's stupid. Because already, every game I've played is the bad guy tied. Because there's just so many fucking bad guys. There's so many. There's all 4 Chaos Demon rosters. Then there's the Demons of Chaos. Then there's the Warriors of Chaos. Then there's Skaven. Then there's Greenskins. Then there's Ogres kind of seem to act as bad guys a lot of the times. Then there's Dark Elves. I'm honestly probably forgetting. There's Norska, which is just Warriors of Chaos without armor. It's all the bad guys up there. Bad guys over there. There's Vampire Coast. There's Vampire Counts, who are sometimes kind of bad guys, sometimes not, but they never fucking help me fight Chaos, so they're pretty much bad guys. There's Tomb Kings that are good guys, but they're just lazy. They're lazy as shit. So then I can't see, like, we added a DLC that'll get the AI to fight each other. Why would you do that? There's already so many fucking bad guys. Yeah, but the good guys have to fight each other. You didn't plan this. You didn't plan this very well. What does Human Boy do for work? Looks like he'd be an NPC in a Tony Hawk game. I work in a research lab, and I make tests. So right now I'm working on 2 tests. I'm working on Leaky Gut, and I'm working on ceramides. The short version of each is the Leaky Gut test is the doctors want to give you a shake with a bunch of radio-labeled sugars in it. And then you pee in a cup right as soon as you drink it. That's your baseline. If we find the radio-labeled sugars in there, there's a straight-up hole in your stomach, and it goes straight out your body, and you are going to die. So then we need to fix you immediately. Then we take it 8 hours later, and 24 hours later. And if you have a bunch of those sugars in the cup 8 hours later, that means you have a mildly leaky gut. And if it's 24 hours later, you're normal. You're functioning as you should. So they want to do that. What I have to do is they give me a jar of pee, and they're like, here's a jar of pee. And I say, thank you. This must be Christmas. And then I need to find those radio-labeled sugars in there. I need to make a method for it to be reproducible. So, like, if you went to work for the lab, they'd be like, here's how you perform leaky gut. Take 25 microliters of this, add 100 microliters of this, shake it for this long, bake it for this long, transfer it to this, add this much there, run it through this filter. Like, do all those things until it's just the radio-labeled sugar, put it through a mass spec, find how much is in there, tell you if you have a patient that's in trouble or not. That's leaky gut. Ceramides. Ceramides molecules are a component of your cell membranes inside your body in various types of cells. If you are born with short ones, they get shorter as you get older, and then they will stop popping, and when your cells start popping, you will die. This normally happens when you're like 60, 70, or 80 if you have a certain condition. It's not like it's going to happen when you're 12. But, yes, certain people are born with longer ones. That means they'll get shorter as long as you age, but since they're so long, you will still have cell membranes, and you'll be totally fine. Totally fine. So what they want to do is they want to get this test up and running so they can take your blood when you're 30. They can see how long your ceramide chain lengths are then, and then figure out if you're going to have a problem with your 60, 70, or 80. And if you do, they can give you some medication early on that can artificially replace the ceramides in your membranes and keep your cells from popping and you from dying. Right? So I work on that test. And again, what I have to do is they're like, here's this blood, find the ceramides in it. So I have to make a way to break up the cell membrane and just get it into components. And when I get a component, I can find the one I need, filter out everything else, leave mostly just that one I need, run it through the machine, find how long your ceramide chain is, good to go. What were the global bans again? Vampire Counts and Tomb Kings. Deadly Bunnies chose Greenskins, Norska, Lizardmen, banned Cathay. Konosmager goes Khorne, bans Norska. Deadly Bunnies is going Lizardmen. Interesting. Tomb King / Nagash 3.0. Maybe, but like the problem they dug themselves in is they released 7 unfinished rosters. Ogres, ironically, are maybe one of the closest to finish, maybe Cathay. But the demon rosters were all unfinished because they planned the Warriors of Chaos DLC that released Valkia, Festus, Village, and Azazel. So they needed that to finish out the demon rosters, and now they feel okay. They feel fine. But like Kislev feels unfinished, Ogres feel small, Cathay feels like they need some stuff to make them not boring. So you have these unfinished rosters sitting here. Plus you have DLC you need to add to the game. I just don't see where they're going to fit Nagash into the schedule, because you would add Nagash to undead factions, which are currently overperforming. So you would have to nerf them in order to give them stuff, or you would just ruin the multiplayer meta for a long time. If you add the Nagash DLC, but you do the DLC thing of, well, this faction has to be strong, otherwise their DLC won't get bought. Okay. So I don't know. I don't see the Nagash DLC coming for a while. Also, like, there's been so many hints about Chaos Dwarves, and people really want Chaos Dwarves. Yeah. I don't know when we'll see the old races get any more DLCs. It'd be tough. Just to fit in the schedule. And that's the problem with releasing factions that just aren't okay on their own. Like, think about Tomb Kings of Vampire Coast released, and they haven't had a DLC, and they still feel alright. They feel alright. That's a fleshed out roster. Nurgle, Khorne, before they got their DLC, they felt like shit. They felt terrible. That is not a fleshed out roster. It's not just like buffs and nerfs. Like, they needed fundamentally new units. They needed throwing axes. They needed basic marauders. They needed a lord that could fly that wasn't 3,000 gold. Like, they needed those things. And for Nurgle, you needed ranged capacity of any kind. You needed dogs. You needed cheaper infantry that didn't disintegrate instantly as soon as it was looked at, right? And a lot of the Warhammer 3 design stuff sounds like that, where it's like, this fundamentally isn't ready yet, so it needs a DLC to finish. But then you can't go and for the bells and whistles DLC that would be cool, like Nagash, or like I don't know, Thankful, right? There's DLCs that are more important to like actually finish the third game. Ogre's Unfinished is very lore friendly. Nothing is set in stone is pretty clear as a chore for instance. Fucking Amenephis. How's Tomb Kings considered OP bannable in land battles? Where are the other OP factions like Cathay and Warriors of Chaos? Tomb Kings, Vampire Counts, Warriors of Chaos, and Cathay are probably the most common for bans. For sure. I'd rather play Warriors of Chaos than Tomb Kings right now. Yeah, Tomb Kings is really strong because of their global healing is just off the charts. So if you infantry spam, your infantry will cost effectively trade, and you don't really crumble. And then you can just heal, and they're not very fun to fight against. Khorne's basically you're going to play Scarbrand and like it, for sure. And Scarbrand is fun, don't get me wrong, you just need options. Scarbrand's maybe my favorite lord from Game 3. I fucking love Scarbrand. I think his design is really cool. I think his animations are really cool. I think he's just good, but he's on a shit roster, which recently has gotten some love, don't get me wrong. And it needed that love, but yeah. Having one cool lord does not a roster make. Just spam shielded warriors, spawn and flesh hounds, yeah. Anyway, for Deadly Bunnies, we have Saurus Spears, Croxigors. All right, it's 2-0. It's 2-0, Khorne wins. Fucking Croxigors. Dude, I have tried Croxigors so many times, and they always find a way to disappoint me. God damn it, Croxigors. They piss me off so much. Anyway, 4 Croxigors, 5 Saurus Spears. We have 1 Skink Skirmisher in the middle. We have a Salon Mage Priest of Life, Dwellers Below, Earthblood, Shield the Old Ones. We have 2 Pterodon Riders and a Ripperdactyl in the sky. Also, Deadly Bunnies is making a box, Cyrus. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Deadly Bunnies making a box, Cyrus? How does that feel, Cyrus? How does it feel to be betrayed by one you hold so dear, Cyrus? Oh, only Human Boy makes boxes. Only Human Boy's ever played a box build before. Look at your god now and weep, for he is mortal just like you. He plays the boxes as well. Take that. Anyway. What are we doing? Oh yeah, Flesh Hounds. More Minotaurs of Khorne with great weapons. They are excellent at taking down large armored targets. Do Lizardmen have any large armored targets? Oh yes, dinosaurs. We have Valkia the Bloody in the sky. She seems very popular for Khorne, mostly so you can go wider with your roster, and she still does okay herself. We have some Chaos Warriors and Marauders mixed in. We have a Skull Cannon for some godforsaken reason. We only have 1 Throwing Axe. Okay, maybe 1 Throwing Axe and a Skull Cannon. Maybe Deadly Bunnies can win this. I'm terrified he won't be able to break the box. Sorry, Conismugger won't be able to break the box. Truly an inspirational tactician, yeah. Metro box. Yeah. No, I don't mind boxes. I don't. I think it's a valid playstyle. I understand that some people don't like them. Like, I'm not an idiot. Why don't you like playing against boxes? I don't understand. But Cyrus specifically gives me shit for playing boxes. Even when I don't play boxes, he'll still give me shit about it. And fucking Deadly Bunnies is playing one. There he is. So, I gotta take my rare opportunity to give Cyrus shit. It's rare, because he's just so perfect. That's the hard part, is Cyrus is literally perfect, so I never get a shot. Never get a shot. The box moves forward. Lifeslon lumbering a little far out. Can they punish him? Ooh, Valkia's gonna try. And she missed, because air character. That's pretty cool. Minotaurs of Khorne are trying to position, get a better spot. Chaos Warhounds are also flying around. You always play a box, even with Wood Elves. McRightface, I sent you a message. Go answer that. It's about your tournament thingy, trying to figure some stuff out. You always play a box, even with Wood Elves. Wood Elves tree box is actually, it's actually not common, but it exists. So Croxigors are in the front line. One of them's already taken a quarter of its health from these throwing axes. Meanwhile, Saurus Spears are going to fight Marauders of Khorne. And since these are not Chaos Warriors, ooh, we do have 1 Chaos Warrior with dual weapons. Okay, the Chaos Warrior with dual weapons is going to make mincemeat of the Saurus, but regular Marauders are going to have a very tough time getting through them. Pterodons will constantly poison down our friends, the Minotaurs. Poke. I don't think their poke's going to do that much damage, but it'll poison them. Ripperdactyls will have to get a rear charge somewhere. And this is going very poorly for the Croxies. Oh my god. Nice little Dwellers Below. Let these Chaos Warriors. Sure, take them out. And I guess these other Chaos Warriors are getting their butts handed to them. But man, those Croxigors are not having a good day. Fleshhounds of Khorne arrive to fight the Life Slon. Thank God he's such a squishy mage character. Oh no, he has 7,000 hit points and 32 melee defense. Oh God. Wow, 56 now. Holy crap. Did he give himself that armor of Quetzal? Yeah, he did. Okay. He's gonna be a little difficult to take out. Skiing skirmishers are firing in on the Fleshhounds. Now these guys are unshielded, only 30 armor. If they get a crumbling due to their demonic instability, they will instantly die. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, rock drop, rock drop, rock drop. Do it. Do it. Do it, you coward. I mean, those are Marauders. Probably want to do it on the Chaos Warriors. The dual weapons over here. But still, do it, you coward. I mean, you really should go over there and do it to those guys. Oh, he did it. He did it on a debatably wrong target. But god damn it, he did it. And he kicked ass. Valkia is slowly but surely killing the Life Slon, and Deadly Bunnies has some Croc scores going for a bit of a vacation, which do need to come home. They don't want to chase the Skull Cannon around. They'll never catch it, and also the Skull Cannon sucks ass, so why chase it? Here's another rock drop. Do it! Do it! Do it! Better target on the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons. That's a 950 gold unit. Oh! Less damage than I would have thought. More damage than I deserved. Riptidactyls are rear charging the Minotaurs of Khorne, who are so close to breaking. They honestly maybe should have gone and helped the Life Slon. Maybe. But, it is what it is, I guess. Damage values are very even across the board. The Skull Cannon has no ammunition, but he's very far away from combat, so he'll have to run all the way back over here. Fleshhounds are disintegrating away. Valkia is back in on the Life Slon, and now some Pterodons are driving down to save him. Those are not Riptidactyls. They won't do that much damage. In fact, these guys are just going to fuck off and do nothing, because you guys are working as intended. Because you guys are working as intended. You're doing so good. And they go back. Slon heals himself up a little bit. Khorne is in massive trouble on the balance of power, and even the damage values he is falling behind. Oh, what's that blood shrine thingy? Skull Cannon? You're gonna charge some Croc scores? You're about to have a bad fucking day, because you're the only thing on this planet with a lower melee defense than they have melee attack. 26, baby. Incredible unit. God, Croc scores suck. But they can maybe, possibly, kill a Skull Cannon that dove straight into them. Valkia is still going for Lord Snipe for any attempt to win this game, but I really don't think she has it in her, because Lizardmen aren't a low leadership faction. You have a million Sora Spears still standing around, and what are you gonna do? And why are you assholes fucking this up? He is a chariot with 18 melee defense. He dove into you. Kick his ass. What is wrong with you? God, I hate Croc scores. That unit depresses me. Valkia is now fully surrounded on all sides by spears. I wonder if she has her sword thing, she could actually get pretty insane value going through those two Soras right now. So this might be a fuck up. Maybe. But even if you insta out those two Sora spears, I don't know. Khorne just has nothing left. Don't worry, Croc scores, you're still over there doing nothing. I think some of the Croc scores are gonna get okay value because they fought Chaos Warriors this whole game, but overall I think Croc scores are just trash. Trash units. Boo, Croxigors. I don't want to boo Croxigors. I have to boo Croxigors. All right, army loss is going to hit pretty soon here for Khorne, especially if Valkia routes. But the Hell Cannon has ammunition, and it fucking missed. All right, I would army loss after that miss too. My Hell Cannon-y friend. Skull Cannon-y friend, sorry. Just getting killed by the Saurus, yeah. Armor of Pretzel making the thick boy trick. The Toad boy thick, not the thick boy trick. I'm having a slow stroke on stream. Box is inverted and you're surrounded by the enemy with it. Oh, what if box is tricky because your box is inverted and you're surrounding the enemy? Crocs buffs win? I don't know, man. I don't know. Someday. 26-26 melee stats are just abysmal. But they have bonus versus infantry! Yeah, who cares? Another drop in the ocean. Hello. Never. CA Vampire counts Cabal. Valkia got 1600, tried to carry the game. Minotaurs of Khorne actually got work done. Which is interesting. I mean, the Skull Cannon fired all of its ammunition, got some more ammunition, and then fired a couple of those shots and still didn't even get close to paying for itself. Skull Cannon's terrible. Chaos Warriors got murked by Croxigors. Like, honestly, memes aside, yeah, Croxigors will beat basic Chaos Warriors. Not halberded ones, but basic Chaos Warriors are armored infantry, which they do have armor-piercing anti-infantry. So yeah, Croxigors will win that one. Chaos Warhounds and Fleshhounds didn't have a whole lot to do with the Soros box. Look at that throwing axe value. Imagine we had 4 of them. Now I know you might be saying, human boy, human boy, human boy, you fucking degenerate. We don't need more Marauder Horsemen. I know that, but also you kind of need more Marauder Horsemen in this matchup, because look how good they did. Look at how good they did. That's why you see them all over the place, because a lot of the rosters, they're good units, but also the rosters really need them. Life Salon got some pretty okay value from a Dwellers Below and running around and healing. Ripperdactyls got insane value from that rear charge. That's not even the Clawson Hunters. It's not the anti-large variant. It's just normal. Croc scores overall, still pretty dog shit performance, unfortunately. Saurus Spears were world beaters. Pterodons did fine. And this one Skink Skirmisher got eaten alive somewhere. You rewatch Zerkovich's video, Dwarves Are Boring. Has Cathay become the dwarves in Warhammer 3? I have two answers to this. One, yeah, that's pretty much why a lot of people don't like Cathay right now. Some people do, but a lot of people don't because they're like dwarves, but even better at doing the annoying thing than dwarves ever will be because they have healing and monsters and unbreakable giant sentinels. So, yes. But 2, why would you ever watch Zerkovich's video? What? Just watch my videos. Turin? Who is that guy? Milk and Cookies? Don't know him. Inticity? Never heard of him. Human Boy? Yes, have heard of him. Greatest guy ever. Makes the best videos. Makes the only videos. I'm the only Warhammer content creator. The only one. It's insane. It's such a big, gigantic game. Billions of dollars. Quintillions of players. I'm the only content creator. It's wild. It's wild. But you should subscribe. No, I entered the scene through Turin's content, so I actually never ran across Zerkovich. I think Coops might have introduced me to Zerk. Not sure. I would place the Croc scores with 2 Arc of Sotex and some Chameleon Skinks. Maybe I'm wrong. That would be probably more competitive. The Arcs of Sotek got a little bit of nerf coming in Game 3. I haven't tested them too much. Turin, you mean the city in Italy? Yeah. The whole city comes together and makes some stuff. Legend is just a legend, not real. Why do I have 3 pings? It's 2-0. He brought Croc scores. They're so bad it's 2-0 now. Got him. They're trash. They are trash. I noticed only one of those Croc scores paid for themselves, but there was 4 of them there. That's something. This is it. This is it. The last game of the whole stream. And it's been the longest stream. I am exhausted. But I do have to go to work after this, so I'm not going to keep streaming. Fuck you. I might stream later, but I'm not going to. I introduced Humo to Zerkovich after you already knew him, so you should know. Oh, so you know. Brush the shoulder. Mr. Teufel, maybe? I met Mr. Teufel in Zerkovich's server, so it wasn't him. As Khorne, do you just go Mass Halberd and throwing X and Lizardmen? Not played that matchup much? I think Cuttasmurger's build was close to being meta. Probably cut the Chaos Warriors. Cut the Chaos Warriors because they're just going to die to spells. And they're not going to chew through Saurus that fast. So replace them with Marauders, use the save money to get some more throwing axes, and then it was fine. I think the Minotaurs were a fine pick. Even though they didn't do well in that specific setup, there are Lizardman builds where Minotaurs of Khorne will do really well. And I don't think Halberds because they can get kited. Or you could get Razordon kited. You could get Spell... Not kited, but like Dwellers Below and Ruination of Cities and Banishment from like Miles de Mundi. So those are going to have a lot of spells to deal with that. Also, we saw the rock drops from Deadly Bunnies. Can also do well. So I don't think infantry-based halberds is going to be a great idea versus Lizardmen in that matchup. So I would still rely on your Minotaur's Great Weapons for the anti-large. Marauder spam, and then just more throwing axes. The rest of the build is fine. Because, like, you might say the easy answer is just like, well, cut the dogs. The dogs sucked. It's like, but what do you do if he goes like Razordon kite with chameleon skinks and skink skirmishers and he wants to kite you? Well, then the dogs are invaluable. So Kana Smurger had a build that was kind of ready for multiple things, and Deadly Bunnies went hard in the box direction. But I think throwing axes will always get their value back, so you just need to take them. Croc scores are one of the funniest Lizardmen units. Giant monster proceeds to miss versus everything. Yeah, make right face, that was the joke. We had 3 people sign up for today's tournament, so it was a small one. Valky on the ROR flying anti-large thing can double team the Slon, maybe very fast. True. But then you're relying on a single entity in Warhammer 3 to swing. Which, that's a bold strategy. If this unit works as intended, it'll do very well. Haha, got you there. Nothing works as intended. Quad Khorne Horseman is good versus Camo Skinks. The bonus versus large helps a lot. Bonus versus infantry? Oh my god, they do have bonus versus infantry. I didn't even know that. And they have Frenzy. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, Marauder Horseman of Khorne, 4 of them. 4 of them. Even if you're getting kited, 4 of them. Holy crap. I didn't know. I should have guessed because they're marked by Khorne, they get Frenzy, but yeah, they get Frenzy. Wow, those are so good. Never lost to Khorne as Lizardmen against anything but that. Having some doggos is always a good way, if only to cheese off stuff, especially versus undead, because grumbling is Lamau. Except versus undead. Do you guys know that Khorne Marauder Horsemen have more weapon strength than Grail Knights? No. That can't be true. Hold on, that can't be true. I refuse to believe that. Units, Brett. 38 weapon strength. Oh my god, they have 40. Why? Why do they have such high weapon strength? That is actually an insane weapon strength. That's almost as much as Chaos Knights. What? That is insane. Do all Marauder Horsemen have that? No, okay, it's just the Khorne ones. That's still insane. They do have more than Grail Knights. Oh my god. Ogre's best faction? Sorry. Ogres are pretty fun. I like Ogres thematically. They're just in a tough spot right now. Ignoring Grail Knight bonus versus large, but still. Yeah. No, I understood what you meant. Alright. Let's see here. So, Deadly Bunnies went Ogres, Greenskins, Beastmen, bans Slanesh. Conosmiger bans goes Wood Elves, bans Greenskins. So it was between Beastmen and Ogres, and Deadly Bunnies goes Bestmen, because that is his original main. Deadly Bunnies is back? Hell yeah, and he's in the finals of a very competitive tournament. Zypher. Never doubt this man! Other than Marauder Horsemen and Chameleon Skinks, what's another fun 360 skirmish unit? The High Elf Shadow Warriors and Shadow Walkers are fun. I don't think they're particularly great, but they're fun. Deepwood Scouts are fun. Waywatchers are fun. I would try to say the Skaven stuff, but the Skaven 360 units for me are really janky, so I wouldn't call them fun. I would call them frustrating. I don't know. There's so many times where they won't throw. They just won't throw their goddamn projectiles, because it's like they're such short range that if like one model gets into melee, none of them will throw, even if they're still running away. It's just really annoying. I don't think they're a bad unit, but you specifically asked fun, and they raise my blood pressure more than I think they're fun, so I wouldn't say them. What else is fun 360 units? Greenskin 360 units don't do a lot of damage, so I don't consider them that fun. They're fine. They're competitive. Pistoliers are fun. I like Pistoliers. Pistolers, final answer. You need Khorne bathwater? Oh boy. Yeah, Scarbrand just filthing it up in some bathwater, give you weapon strength out the ass. Ragnarok Spider Best 360 skirmisher. Blueberry fruit shake, that's good. That's solid. That makes the Dread Saurians are also incredible 360 skirmishers. Way Watchers? Yeah. If you're playing as the 360 shooter, like a drop in the ocean with asking what are fun units to use, yeah. They're fun. Just because I hate playing against them doesn't mean they're not fun. They're stupid and dumb. It's like, no, I just don't like playing against them. Dov loves pistolers. Pistolers are great. Grenade boys, those aren't 360, Cyrus. Those aren't 360. All right? Paid very close attention to the rules of this contest. Motherfuckers pick skirmish Gav. It's true. All right, last one. What Elves versus Beastmen? El Clasico. And it's Drycha versus Morgar versus Double Caster. Oh, yeah, in case of the Sisters. Sisters of Twilight could snipe your caster, and then you'd be big sad. So taking 2 casters with 1 spell each is effectively doubling your mage's health pool. Can Deadly Bunnies do it? Can he make a glorious return to the Warhammer multiplayer scene? And he will definitely stick around forever. Or will Kanosmurger be the young up-and-comer and knock his ass out? For the Wood Elves, we have Wild Hunters of Kurnos, the Wild Rider ROR, plus Wild Riders regular. We have 4 Deepwood Scouts, one of which has the Swift River Shards, the other 3 are regular. Then we have War Dancers. Whoa. War Dancers with Azrai Spears, Eternal Guard in the back, and Drycha. I think with the War Dancers pick, someone's definitely going for Hero of the People. Is Tian here? Tian is always looking for War Dancers. Tian, you better be here. Sky Lanterns 360, Crane Gunners 2, since they 360 no scope whenever they try shooting something. Did the meta change for Wood Elves? Yeah, they're bad. They're just trash. Wood Elves have felt really bad in Warhammer 3 Zypher. Pathing, targeting, fallen runners are broken. Wood Elves still assist Twilight and Way Watchers in land battle. Yeah, in general, they just are suffering from not being super strong. On the other side for Daily Buddies, we do have Centaurs, Ungor Spearmen. We have some dogs. More Ungors and dogs, Blackhorns Ravagers, more Ungors, more Centaurs, 2 throwing axes, one of which is the ROR Groghooves. Then we have a Brave Shaman of Wilds, the Traderkin. We have a Brave Shaman of Death with Aspect of the Dread Knight in case of the... Why am I blanking on the Ghost Knights? The fucking Ghost Knights. Then we have Spirit Leech and Morgar with his Chaos Spawn summons. I will not allow myself to forget that damn... Ghost Knights. Lost Sylvan Knights. Got it. I got it. Fuck you, chat. You didn't catch up to me yet. I'm here. They better be taken good care of. What else barely got any buffs going to Warhammer 3 except for Dryads? Yeah, and Dryads are still not performing really great. And we're off. And for the second time today, we see a fucking Vanguard immediate fight as some dogs get insta-gooned out by 4 Deepwood Scouts and pushed inwards. Now, pushed inwards is the key word because they will get behind their lines and rally, so they'll be back. Not a huge loss for the Beastmen so far. And Centaurs are going to run forward, find themselves in the middle of some Eternal Guard. Meanwhile, Ungor Spearman herds get deleted by these Deepwood Scouts and Dryads. So Beastmen are going to have to play a little bit of damage control already early on into this game. Wood Elves looking like their backline access is going to be uninhibited. It looks like Centaurs really don't want to take the fight versus 2 Wild Riders and Drycha. Not just yet. They need to get some more lads, get some more boys. Centaurs on this side are pushed off by the 1 Eternal Guard that was put into the trees. Ghost Knights are trash now? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, chat's pointing out all the reason the Wood Elves are struggling right now. Centaurs get a nice charge onto some Dryads, and the Wild Hunters of Khorne get a countercharge onto their friends, but now there are 2 Throwing Axe Cav nearby that could be a problem, but man, those Centaurs are getting fucked up. And a Chaos Spawn Summon! Ooh, big Chaos Spawn Summon. Boop! Can it rear charge all these horsies? No! Not in time, because it looks like, wow, all the Centaurs are already dead. Look at that Wood Elf damage value. Oh, shit. Okay, it's like 3-1 already. Beastmen are losing the front line, they're losing the side areas, and they are not able to compromise the 4 Deepwood Scouts. That is a bad way to go. That is a bad way to start. Morger's currently getting his ass kicked by Drycha, who is also handing a Bray Shaman his ass. And Beastmen are on the run. Beastmen are not feeling it. They're not vibing, they're not surviving, they're not feeling good at all. Now, these 2 Centaurs are back at last. They should probably charge the Wild Riders or do something. I don't know what they can do. Beastmen are behind on the balance of power. They're very behind on the damage value. And Drycha is still kicking Morger's ass into the dirt. And that will be a quick GG. Wild Ranger Vanguard Rush is awesome. I mean, they got 178 value, so clearly they're OP. Wild Hunters of Khorne and Wild Riders did a lot. Drycha got 1,800 value in that short of a game. Deepwood Scouts got off a couple volleys, didn't even do that much damage. Eternal Guard did things. They stood around. They were there. On the other side for Bunnies, I mean, his Lord and Casters got instantly attacked by an angry tree lady. There wasn't too much they could do about it. Centaurs really underperformed into Wild Riders. And Dogs and Ungors did Dogs and Ungor things. It's such a quick game, you're not going to get a lot of values. GG, well played. I'll hit up Konosmiger. So 1 second. Everybody hang on. Everybody calm down. Because we got to know. We gotta know. It is time. Because if you look in the challenge, it says you can get $25 or you can opt into fighting in the Storm Vermin tournament for a chance at 50 whole dollars. Storm Vermin. Boom. You're fighting with 4 other people right now. 4 other people. That's easy. That's easy. You can win it for it's just the easiest thing. It's so easy. It's next weekend. Looks like Saturday. So we got to figure out, before I end the stream, we got to figure out if he's doing it. You can either have 25 or come to the Storm Vermin playoffs next weekend, which has a prize pool of 50. Up to you. We'll see what he does. Take the upgrade. He takes the upgrade. Let's go. So I don't owe anybody money at all. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. But next weekend, Saturday, same time as today. But, you know, 1 day back and a week forward. He will join the Storm Vermins. Then we'll have at least 5 people playing. God, please, I hope more people sign up. Jesus Christ. State of the Game plus Warhammer World Championship just means a complete drought. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'm going to go have lunch and then go to work. Goodbye forever. I hate all of you.